So what did you just do, Mom?
I may have locked us out of
Our house. Hey guys, my name's James.
And I'm Ashley.
Last year we sold our house and we're traveling across the country with our kids.
Hi, my name's Goose, and this is Maverick. Come join us.
Run! Guys, I did something so dumb.
So if you guys don't remember, we installed this RV lock a little while ago, which was been amazing. But when we had the tornado incident, so there was just a broadcast on our phone saying that there's a tornado warning for the next hour in our county.
I won't lie, this is a little bit crazy.
Rain somehow got inside the lock and shorted it out so the buttons no longer worked. And unfortunately, when we left the rest stop this morning, this woman, instead of using the key fob to lock the door, pushed the lock button, which does work. The only buttons that don't work is this 7 and 8. And by the way, I'm sorry about this video and audio quality. We're recording on a cell phone right now because, like everything else we own, our camera is currently locked in the trailer thanks to this woman.
Okay, so for some reason I was in a hurry. I don't know why. And so he told me he had everything. And normally I ask him, you know, do you have the keys? Like, even if he tells me he has everything, I always ask, do you have the keys? And today, a semi-truck decided to get in. And today I didn't. And today I didn't. And then I just locked the door. I just wanted to open up.
So thankfully we do still have the keys to the underpass. I don't know why we all of a sudden had those keys, but
I put that in my purse when I went to Walmart the other day.
So thankfully we do have that. So worst case scenario, I can get out my drill and my hammer and every other tool and just drill this thing apart and then rip into it and then get a new lock. But before we do that, I'm gonna try a little bit of surgery with this razor blade and cut open this 8 and 7 here and see if there's water in there, and then maybe if it leaves it open for a while and dry out, it'll work, because it did randomly work yesterday. Like for an hour, it worked. And so I'm hoping maybe by cutting this open, I can dry it out and then we can get into it later today. It's just I have work to do tonight, so we can't really, like, otherwise, if we didn't have work to do, I'd say, well, let's just go through the night and drive all the way to Grammy and Pops's, but I don't want to do that, so let's cut it open. Don't do this at home.
I don't see how that's gonna like save the lock after.
Oh, it's not gonna save it. It's just will hopefully make it easier, because this, like, even getting out the drill is gonna be a pain in the butt. Like, this is completely destroying our lock now.
Yeah.
Like, it's gone. Oh yeah, look at the butt. It almost looks like there's been a short. Right? See how it's like almost like burned?
Zap.
So,
Oh,
those buttons look pretty,
biscuits.
unless I could like connect it somehow with like a metal
Don't
piece of
hurt
foil.
yourself.
So here's my theory. It's the reason I was cutting things off. I'm actually somewhat excited because while the camera was off, I got it to beep. So what I did, first off, I just cut and removed the plastic, which normally keeps the water out, but somehow during the tornado, water got in there and just shorted and rusted this out. So I was hoping by opening that, water would come out and then it might dry out. That wasn't the case. It was already just gone. But I completely removed the button and used the screwdriver to try and create that connection that the button normally does, and I got it to work. So I'm gonna try and do the code and see if it'll work before we drill into it. I'm actually quite excited.
Please.
Yes!
Okay, now I'm watching.
Oh my goodness. If the key's not in here, if the key's in the truck, I'll be so annoyed. Oh, I can't believe I got in there. That's so amazing. And I didn't have to drill anything out.
There's the camera.
Now, where did you? Okay, I'm gonna switch to this camera now. That is one steep driveway.
So just remember, when we go out, it needs to be like straight out. My eyes were going like this. Holy heck. Ah!
It was such a steep angle that this right here, this gap, which I always have to keep an eye on, it got as close as I've ever seen. It was like down here at one point. Just beware, the Rocky Mountain National Park campground, at least this Moraine campground, and I'm assuming most of them, since this is the big rig friendly campground, were designed many, many years ago before these large rigs existed. So we're probably about as big as you want to get in here.
God, that about gave me a heart attack.
So apparently bears are extremely prevalent here at the Rocky Mountain National Park. So they're very strict about their bear boxes and their trash cans and whatnot. All of the dumpsters have locks on them and everything. But on a side note, look what's going on back here. Mav
Gets to sit forward.
If you couldn't tell in her Mickey Mouse voice, Maverick's sitting forward for the first time. You having fun? Yeah. So we're gonna go explore some of the park. It's too late to go out and do any sort of hikes today, but Mommy had the great idea of just getting out and exploring and utilizing the rest of the day. So we're gonna go see what kind of wildlife. What, did you get poopy in your hand? You cut yourself? How?
The latch wouldn't open. And I caught my finger apparently on it, so let's disinfect that when we get home because it's a gouge.
All right, let's have some fun. Oh, you guys know I'm a sucker for a creek. Check this out, we got a little creek flowing through here.
All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love, you have to roll the dice.
Are you walking on snow, Mav?
Whoa.
Come on, let's go.
Whoa.
We have made it to the end of the trail on this side of the park. We are up at Bear Lake, which is crazy. If you guys saw that sign, it's almost a 10,000 foot elevation. So we are a good couple thousand feet higher than the highest point you can get at Timberline Lodge on Mount Hood. So insane. Yeah, go ahead, a little ways over there. So we're gonna go out. Apparently there's a nice little half-mile trail around the lake that we can go explore. But this, I was not expecting to be walking on snow. Go, Matt. Whoa! You can't just drop on me. We probably didn't bring their best shoes. We were originally just gonna be looking around, but we couldn't pass up the fact that the clouds parted, the sun came out, and it's a tiny little half-mile hike up here at Bear Lake, so we couldn't pass it up.
Oh, you want to see more animals? Oh, we have to see more animals. Mommy can't look at the frozen lake anymore. How dare I?
I was not expecting the lake to be frozen, which is funny because it's up here at this 10,000 foot elevation. But as you can see, there's just this tiny little thawed out part here, but all that back there is just frozen over and covered in ice and snow. So this trail, as I was saying earlier, is a great little paved trail or groomed trail like this right here. But in the winter time, like right now, we're right on the shoulder. It's the end of May. And so there's still parts of the trail that are covered in snow like this. So the kids are loving it. But if you're wanting a more groomed, nice trail, you gotta come during the peak of the season. But then it'd also be a lot more crowded. Like we've only seen a handful of people up here, which has been nice. So we just finished watching Game of Thrones a little while ago. And I totally feel like with the cliff faces all around and the frozen lake, all we need is a little island out there, and it's the island that Jon Snow and all the other guys could be captured on. You know, the scene where, spoiler alert, the scene where one of the dragons gets killed in the last season? That's what I think of right there. Could be just because we watched it.
The second to last season.
Second to last season. Not the last season, the previous season is what I meant. So it can't be that much of a spoiler. It came out over a year ago. So I'm assuming, guys, in the winter months that this trail kind of goes out into the lake a little bit, hence why they have that sign there. But now that it's milted, you can kind of clearly see the edge of where the lake starts. But that could be super dangerous if you're here in the middle of the winter. But this is just beautiful. I love it.
Look at it.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? How much fun?
Man.
Well, I have no idea what you just said. What'd you say?
Man.
Do you know what she's saying?
What?
Man.
Push him in?
Push him in.
Lovely.
Push him overboard.
Lovely.
Okay, throw the snow.
Wow, it just squished into the ice.
What? You want me to get you another snowball to throw?
Here.
There you go. There's a big one for you. Throw that out. Get a little closer. Oh, on the booty. You almost made it. One more try. You got the last one in the snow. There you go. Try again. Ready? As far as you can go. Go.
Jessica.
Oh, so close. We were so close, Mom. We almost made it in the water. The first one she actually got in.
Did she?
Well,
Just adding to it.
isn't it cool how like on the edges it's like a
crazy.
semi-solid right there?
Yeah.
Then liquid and then back to solid in the middle.
Crazy.
It seems weird that way. Sorry, what's up? How about we keep walking, okay? We did it! We completed the full circle, you guys.
From there to up here.
It was a little more intense than I thought it was gonna be because it was like slippery, half ice, half snow the whole time. So it wasn't your average half-mile hike, but I'm proud of it. These girls did it. And now it's time to go get back in the truck, head back to the trailer, and get some hot cocoa. Hot cocoa sound good, girls?
What?
Maybe some tea.
What do you?
And hot cocoa mixed together.
That sounds disgusting. So they do have a bus transit system up here because if your rig is over 21 feet, you actually can't go beyond the parking garage, or not the parking garage, the parking lot a few miles back. And during the busy season, it just gets packed up here. So they shuttle people from the parking lots down there at the basin of the valley and then shuttle them up to this area. So that's why they have, similar to Zion and other national parks, they have these bus stops periodically. So if it is in your peak season, like in June, July, you're probably going to be taking the bus. Hence why we like to come in the shoulder season, like right now in May, where it's not quite as busy, but it is starting to warm up. Load up, boots on the plastic only. So we were driving back from the hike, and then all of a sudden there's this huge male over here. He's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 point? An 8-point male. That thing is massive. It's so cool. Do you see it, Mav? No, we don't. No, I'm not happy. Are you calling him? I was trying to call him earlier, it didn't work. Oh, look at him. Oh, it's awesome. This is what I love about the national parks. It's just the fact that all of these animals are so used to humans that you can get this up close encounter that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. It's so cool.
Looks like they've seen better days.
Well, they're molting.
Yeah.
It's the shoulder season, so it's May, so it's starting to warm up. So all of their coats are like half fuzzy, half clean, smooth looking. So they're kind of a little mangy looking.
Since we're in a national park and, you know, everybody's barely following the speed limit, I let him turn her seat around for this so that she
Is
could.
it just for in here? I thought we were doing it permanently now that she's like 2.5. I think she's big enough we can just leave her like that. Look at how much more fun she's having. I mean, look at that. She's got fishes all over her face. Mav, do you like your seat? Yeah? I think she likes it. We'll talk later.
We'll talk.
Okay, so some of you guys are probably wondering, why are we seeing footage from 6 months ago or whenever it was back in May at the beginning of summer? And the answer to that question is, it's because, do you remember when I talked about my hard drive crashing and I lost a ton of footage and I was working on that big project? Anyways, this is all I got recovered from that hard drive. This is the only stuff I could find from our entire time in Colorado, so nothing from Boulder or Denver, and nothing, we only got like half of the footage from the Rocky Mountain National Park, so unfortunately there was a lot more stuff. We saw all sorts of animals, we even saw moose and whatnot, which we were super excited about. We saw Goose, come here. What was the animal that we saw?
Bison?
What was the animal we saw at the Rocky Mountain National Park? Was it a tiger, a bobcat? What was it?
It was a moose and a bobcat.
A bobcat, that's what it was. It was like was it a snow thing?
No?
No, just a
bobcat.
normal? I don't remember what. It was.
It blended in with the rock.
That's-
Very, very well.
Maybe that's what it was. Anyways, there was lots of cool stuff that we unfortunately lost, so I apologize again for the lack of all of that, as well as I apologize for the fact that we've just been kind of MIA here on YouTube. If you guys watched our previous video, you know we have all sorts of stuff going on business-wise and whatnot, and so unfortunately YouTube just kind of had to take a seat on the back burner, and so we are not done here on YouTube. We are going to still be putting up videos. I'm just not going to promise any sort of set schedule right now. When we have the ability to film something cool or I want to review something, we will definitely be putting up videos. I'm just not going to say we're going to be putting up 2 videos a week because we just can't do that right now. We got so much going on between the business, between Ashley writing her book, the homeschooling, a lot of stuff going on. Anyways, guys, enough excuses. Thank you so much for watching, especially all the way to the end. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and until next time, stay positive, get out there. Life is an adventure, so make some memories.